Hello. My name is AJ. You might know me as Adventure Jammers. You might not know me at all, but today I wanted to kind of sit down and have a serious talk, just about what has happened over the past year. I put it upon myself a couple months ago that I would make a video in honor of Unus Annus. Now, for those of you who don't know, Unus Annus was a lesson and a YouTube channel put together by Markiplier and Crank Gameplays, or Ethan Nestor, Mark Fishbach, whatever you want to call them. And the point of it was, for 365 days, they'd post a video every single day, and on the last day, they deleted everything. And the point was to embrace the present, live in the present, and remember death, memento mori. Remember good memories. Remember the fact that you've experienced experiences. And look forward to the next ones. Be thankful that you get to experience what you get to experience when you got to experience them. And recently, the anniversary of its death, 4 years, passed, and I forgot that I had this project for myself to do, and so we're a little late, but it's okay. Fair warning, before getting into the meat of this video, I want to put up a little bit of a trigger warning. I will be talking a lot about mental health, depression, struggles, and stuff like that. I won't be too graphic or anything like that, but if you're just not in a headspace to be hearing about someone else's struggles, maybe just be wary going forward. But don't worry, this video has a positive, silver lining. And we'll get to that. One of Mark's editors, Lixian, has done a yearly thing around Unus Annus's anniversary, talking about goals for a year, what he's accomplished over a year. And it made me kind of want to follow some sort of similarity. Wanted to do something similar. And especially because this past year has been probably the craziest year that I've ever experienced. There has been so much change and so much progress and just a lot that has happened over the last 365 days that I feel like it has made me a different person. I think I am a lot better off than I was over a year ago, and I'm very happy to be where I am now. So, for a little bit of context, if you guys are familiar with my channel, you might have seen collaborations I've done with friends and relationships in the past. And you might have noticed that those don't happen anymore. To make a long story short, over a year ago, my partner at the time and I split, and with it, a lot of my close friends, people that I knew locally, stopped talking to me. I had this sort of soft reset in my life where I was kind of left alone, but not fully alone. Thankfully, I had people, mostly internet friends, that I can confide with and have confided with, and I love them dearly. And I talk to them constantly, all the time, and I appreciate their existence. But I was in a really dark place mentally. I was going to therapy. I was dealing with a lot of negative thoughts, heavy depression, suicidal thoughts. I had no motivation to continue with anything. My education, YouTube, nothing at all. It got so bad to the point that a little bit of time I was on antidepressants just to try to help myself. And at least I was trying to kind of get out of this deep hole that I felt that I was in. And I did a lot of things that I thought were good for me. I went on a bunch of like friend and dating websites and apps to try to get new friendships, get new relationships, and try to fill these holes that I thought that I had. And if you've ever gone down that path, a lot of times, especially with dating apps, that it feels awful. It is not like an enjoyable position to be in, really. And so I was just kind of in this rough spot. I was failing a class. I didn't want to even attend class at this point. And it was about mid-October of last year, so a little bit more than a year ago. I reconnected with a friend from high school. Well, they reconnected with me, and it was like a first step to trying to get to a better place. I was having a genuine reconnection with someone I was already familiar with, and I think that helped. Having someone to talk to that like knew me at some point, it was a lot better than trying to be like swiping on people and being like, hey, you want to hear about my trauma? You want to hear how I'm actually really depressed and kind of just on these apps to try to fill in this gap that I have in my life? And so it's a little bit different, a lot healthier than the apps. But from there, that friend had a birthday coming up in December. So now we're heading into the time frame that encompasses this last year. And I wanted to bring up that friend because with their birthday, it happened to land on the exact day that Thankmas was happening. Last year, December 2nd of 2023, Thankmas, the charity organization and show put on by Jacksepticeye, was having its first live showing in LA. And I told myself, I'm like, hey, it's their birthday. Maybe we should just go. I had gone out and seen YouTubers and shows before, but it was very limited. I was very restricted, and I won't go into the details of why. But it was difficult to go out and participate in trips and have fun. But this was the first time I was like, I'm independently making this decision, and I coordinated it with the friend, and I'm like, let's do this. Let's attend Thankmas. And I made a video on this last year, and I have clips that I'll show here.
Adventure Jam Games and Kylie. Now I really am just rewarding like the class clowns. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sure.
Oh my God.
Do it with the crowd in the back so they get a picture as well. That's cool. Get the fuck off my stage.
But I ended up donating $1,000.69 to charity. And yes, I had to add the 69 cents. It was necessary. And from that, my friend and I ended up going up on stage. And I'm like, that is the ultimate birthday present. I will never be able to top that for anyone else. You're welcome. But in this moment, not only was I donating to a worthy cause, doing something good for lots of people, but I had this moment where I was doing something for myself as well, and I had this opportunity to interact and be on stage with Jacksepticeye and Ethan Nestor. And it was an incredible experience, and funnily enough, I am going to thank Miss again. I'm very excited. I don't know if I have the financial ability to donate 1,000 again, but if I do, I will gladly do it. This year is a very important cause going towards mental health, and it's another inspiration for kind of having this talk. So, Thankmas comes and goes, and I'm still like at this point of I'm in this rut of pushing towards happiness, and I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, doing new things, going out, making new experiences, and it was a good step. It was a great step. It was something, though it was just one moment, it's a memory that I will never forget. And from there, it was still grueling schoolwork, working at a job that's not really doing anything for my career, and still dealing with this heaviness of just what has recently happened at that time. And then I go for a trip beginning of the year of 2024. I went on a trip around the West. I visited Vegas for the first time. I visited the Grand Canyon for the first time. I visited the Petrified Forest. I visited the Four Corners. And I got to visit one of those online friends for the first time. And it was awesome. It was just great to again go out, have experiences, and not be worried about what was happening. And I was able to live presently in that moment. And it's at this point where I'm starting to understand and feel a lot of the reason why I wanted to make this video. The whole concept of Unus Annus, of like remembering the past, acknowledging that it existed, being happy that it happened, regardless of how happy or sad or whatever feelings you felt, and then continuing on, being able to live in the present. Slowly but surely, I was coming out of this Great Depression, one of my lowest points in my mental, emotional, and physical state. I think about a year ago, I was probably at my heaviest weight. Obviously, my mental health was in the gutter. But at this point now, coming into the next year, I was no longer going to therapy. I was no longer, doing any antidepressants or anything to boost my mood. I was starting to feel okay on my own. At this point, I had deleted all the stupid apps that I had, and I started working for me. Started working on my streaming stuff, finally creating a Twitch account, setting up my computer in a way where it didn't absolutely throw up all over itself anytime I tried to go live. I got to this point where something that I wanted to do for a long time but just didn't, I just sat down, got it done, and I was happy to do it. I had a silly setup with using my TV as a monitor, had all these wires just out and about, unorganized, and I made it work. And I started having a lot more opportunities. I was enjoying moments with friends again, and I really had this goal of I want to become my best self. Regardless of what that meant, I wanted to put myself in the best possible spot. So I started looking into any type of event that I thought would be fun. I saw VidCon be a thing coming in, I think that was like June or July, something like that. And I'm like, well, that's my next move, and I was going to do it completely on my own. I was going to go by myself, nobody with me at all, no friends, no family. I just wanted to go by myself, which is a weird thing because it was my first ever convention, but I also wanted to see things for myself and experience things by myself. And I started making my own connections through that. I had a really good time just seeing all these creators, meeting a lot of people, meeting new connections that, sure, I might not talk to them like much at all, but there's still an experience that I am happy to have had. And of course, eventually there was also TwitchCon, and with it was a whole nother group of creators and amazing people that have been a great inspiration to me. And I got to meet them, learn, experience, have new memories that, again, I will never forget. And it just got to this point where I am now, where I've been constantly working on myself, not only, doing these trips and whatever for the fun things for myself, but I've also been eating better, working out. I've lost 25 pounds over the past year, and I only really was trying over the past couple months. My goal was to get to, I think my goal is to get to 215 at the end, because I started at 246 pounds, and now I am at 222. And it's been a journey all on its own. Not only that, a big thing that I've started doing that is in complete honor of Unus Annus is my D&D campaign. Something that I've been writing myself, and I decided to be the DM for, and I've been basing it off of a very inspirational moment in my life and very inspirational people. This idea that time is out of our control, and we can do anything in our power to stop it, but it will keep moving no matter what we do. And all we can do is make our best out of the adventures we have. Go into every new adventure with an open mind and try to make the best out of every situation. And trust me, there is more D&D to be had. That campaign has not just stopped, though we haven't had as many sessions as I'd like. We're not as far as I wish we were. We have still been making videos as we've been going through the campaign. I have just not sat down and edited in a long time. This is going to be the first time I've edited in a while. But I just haven't had the time. I've been doing a lot of self-improvement, self-work. I've barely even been streaming as of late. But I've been doing it for fun, doing it for me when I could and wanted to. I've been playing games, again, just for fun instead of for stream, because I felt like I needed to. And I still have the big Choose Your Own Adventure project, and that's another thing. Over this past year, I came up with a Choose Your Own Adventure project that, yes, I'm still working on. It's just a matter of I need to re-record it and do some really harsh editing, and I'm hoping to get a better PC just sometime soon in order to give the quality that I want into this project. And again, just another thing, I've got a better microphone now because I've been working to improve my streaming and recording setup because I want to make it sound and look better. I know that this video right here is gonna have some choppy bits because I can see my frames every so often just dropping below 30 because I'm recording on a laptop. It's not the best, but I'm working to improve. I now have an office space behind me, and that I am going to transform and dedicate into a proper streaming and recording space. I now have a curved gaming monitor off to my side here that I'm using as a second monitor, but it will be my main monitor once I get a PC. I am working on all these things for myself. And it's been a wonderfully crazy journey that I've gone through this past year. But I think it's important for everyone to know that no matter where you are in life, there is always things that can go wrong and things that can go right. And you have power over some of that. Of course, everyone's going to have bad days. Everyone's going to have terrible weeks or months that they go through if they experience loss, heartbreak, bad days, depression. It can be a multitude of things. But at the end of the day, you have the power to make a difference in your life. If you have a person in your life that is dragging you down, you have the power to move past them. You have the power to get them out of your life if you need to. You have the power to communicate your feelings. You have so much power as an individual, as a human being, that you can change a life. Whether it is someone else's or your own, you have so much power. I am very proud of myself and what I've accomplished over the past year, and I'm very happy to say that I've donated probably a total of $1,250 or $1,500, somewhere in there, dollars to charity in just the past year.
Pause for a second and thank these insane donations. 1 second. 1 second. Thank you so much.
Every time a creator that I enjoy does a charity event, I always try where I can to donate. Obviously, you guys know my main donation of Thankmas this last year. But there's been other charity events that I've been participating in. That is my effort in order to change other people's lives. And on my day-to-day basis, I am doing my best to actually listen to what I need, take care of myself, pushing myself where I'm making progress, whether it's in school, in my work, in myself. I am making progress to be happy. And I truly am really happy. And I'm just very thankful that I am still here, that I'm still going. And I'm thankful that you are here too. You deserve any good thing that comes your way. And you deserve to be able to climb past any hurdles that stand in your way. If you need help, there are people that you can reach out to. And hey, sometimes all you need is a good self-talk. If you can push yourself to just achieve goals, if you write down a list of things that you want to do and slowly check them off over time, that's a great thing to do. That's one thing that I did for myself. I made a list of goals that I wanted to do. I even broke them down into smaller things. One of the goals was to lose weight. And so I did some 10-pound increments and then some 5-pound increments. I had some larger goals to start because I figured the second that I start working on myself from not working on myself, I would see at least a decently drastic change for a little bit, and then it'd kind of stagger out. And that's been true, for sure. But it's given me encouragement to keep going, seeing one achievement done after another, after another, after another. And of course, I still have bad days. I am proud to say, though, that my bad days only last a day. I used to, over a year ago, if I had a bad day, it would last days, sometimes weeks. I would just get into this mood and I'd feel trapped there. But now I feel like I'm almost always in the positive, and I make so much time for myself that it's nice. It's nice to be able to just sit back, play a game, watch a video, make my own videos, make my own content, make my own projects, work on different things. I think that anyone can achieve what they want to achieve within a year. There is a lot of time within a year, and the amount of progress that I've made in a year, I couldn't be happier for. And so I hope to continue that streak over the years to come. And I hope that regardless of who sees this video, and how long you watch it, I hope that wherever you are in life, you can have some better days, some great days, that you can see positivity in yourself, and that you can go forward knowing that if times are tough now, they can get better. And sometimes all it takes is a little effort. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a good year. Unus Annus and Memento Mori. Thank you.